Hey guys, happy Sunday and welcome to yet another speed build. Today is slightly not what was scheduled. Today we are doing a studio apartment. I'm going to call it a studio apartment. It's really a one-bed apartment, but studio sounds so much classier. So we're going to stick with that. But I did have a big old build in Windenbow planned for today, and believe it or not, it's just too big to get finished for today. So I thought, let's slot in another apartment speed build. I think these apartments are great for when I mess up, basically, and don't plan my time well. These apartment builds really save my butt. And in the meantime, we're getting a completely new world completed, because I think I've done quite a few apartments. So yeah, as we go along, we're just doing apartments in between other builds to keep it fresh and keep it moving. So this one, as I said, is a studio apartment. This is the only studio apartment, I think, size-wise in San Myshuno. This is where Salim Benali, is that what his name is? Salim Benali? Yeah, I think that was his name. Lives by himself. In my game, he actually has one of the party house members. I think her name's Jade, is in there because I have MCC, Command Center, and, you know, story progression, all that. So the two of them actually live here. And this has the lot trait needs TLC, and it's really grungy, disgusting. You know the place. You know, it's not somewhere you really want to live. But I was trying to investigate getting rid of, you know, they have the pipes, they have the weird mice holes, they have the stink, stink comes up from the vent. All this weird stuff happens when you have the needs TLC lot trait. So I was trying to do some investigating. Quite a few years ago, you could use MCC Command Center to actually click on the items and delete them. And therefore you wouldn't have the whole breaking of pipes thing problem. But that's just stopped working. The option's still there to delete them, but it just does nothing. They just stick around. So I did a little bit of investigating, and I found a mod that makes the pipes and everything movable. Because believe it or not, the needs TLC lots trait doesn't actually do anything to your gameplay. It requires the pipes and the vents and the mice holes for it to be a thing. So if you delete out the mice holes, the boxes and all that, it's really just a useless trait sitting there. It doesn't do anything. So it doesn't affect the value of the place. It doesn't affect anything like that. So what I did is downloaded this mod and removed out the electrical box, the pipes, the vents, the mice holes out of this, so you could have a beautiful studio apartment without the disgusting smelly bits, you know? So yeah, that's what I've done. I'm going to link the mod I used down below. I'm not too sure if when you place this, it makes sure that the items aren't there. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to link the mod. I think if I was you, personally, I'd install the mod, delete out all of the needs TLC bits out of all of the apartments, or even the, you know, the historic plaques, if you want those to be gone or you want to move them, it's good for doing that. And even if you want to add in some of the needs TLC things into other apartments, if you want to do that, the mod's great for that. There is another mod that you can remove the lot trait needs TLC, but to be quite honest, it's actually kind of pointless to remove the trait unless you want to have 3 completely other different traits. I don't really play with lot traits that much in my gameplay, so I don't mind it just sitting there being useless and taking up a slot of a lot trait. So yeah, that's what I did to get rid of all of the items. No other way works right now, so as I said, I've linked the mod in the description box. Use away, it's great. You just click on it, it makes them movable. So even if you still wanted to keep the needs TLC lot trait, you could just move stuff around in your apartments. I think that's a bit more versatile, you know, just being able to move things around. So yeah, that would be great though if they could do that in The Sims, make stuff movable but not deletable. I'm sure there is stuff like that. There's some things you place on the debug catalogue, and you can't delete it, but you can move it. So it would be great if maybe they made even the pipes and all that kind of like that, so at least you could move it, because otherwise it's really, really restrictive. I know in real life you can't move pipes, but also in real life you can do up an apartment so that it doesn't seem so grotty and always needs TLC. So yeah, that's what we did with this. I love this apartment because it is on the tallest wall height, which actually I could have done with it on the medium. I've used this apartment before. I'm gonna, at the end title, I'll probably link back to my first build that I did in here. It's a long time ago and I don't have barely any of the CC that I used in that anymore, so good luck with that, but it's still available to download on my Tumblr, I think. And I did a luxury studio apartment here, and I did like a mezzanine level, which you can use. I used the stepping stone from Spa Day, sized it up and raised it. So that's why I normally like to do a studio apartment here, because it's the tallest wall and I can kind of put in a fake mezzanine level. But I ended up not doing a mezzanine level and just doing it like a 1-bedroom apartment. So I hope that explains it all. But anyway, I saw a bed, like a 3D render of a bed that had like a grey headboard and just had this really nice painting above it. But also it had kind of really, really simple French style paneling. And for the life of me, we don't have anything like that in the game. Felix Sander CC doesn't contain something that simple. I almost put into this build the base game paneling that came because it was a bit simpler. Yeah, Peacemaker's paneling wasn't doing it for me either, but I ended up doing this Tudor paneling on the wall because I think it looks a bit more modern than all the others and I wanted to keep it looking modern. So if you don't have any Felix Sander content, you are going to need to switch out the wallpaper. That is the only Felix Sander content I've actually used in this. Oh, hold on. No, yeah, it is. It's the only Patreon exclusive Felix Sander content that I've used is the wallpaper. So if you don't have that, you can place it, and I would just advise using the base game paneling to replace it. Shift click all your way around, because that's what I've done in this. And yeah, I kind of kept it like that. That statue as well is not Felix Sander, it's the romantic garden stuff pack. Is that what it's called? Yep, that one. And also, well, Peacemaker released a new sofa, which you can see there, and I didn't use the armchair from it, but I'm actually in love with the sofa. He showed me, I think, in progress when he was doing the promo stuff, and then he released it and I was like, let me download it, and it's just got this nice little extra touch to it, which I don't think many people would notice, but he's changed the way he does his seams on his sofas. And also you see that frame there that surrounds the sofa, you can see that it pinches into the main body of the sofa and it actually dimples the stuffing and the fabrics. There's a little kind of dimple where the sofa interacts with the stand, and I was just like 10 out of 10 for the extra little detail. If you don't know, it's those kind of details that probably most of you don't even notice. There's not many people notice them, but they just bring an item to life. That extra little something to bring it to life is what I'm here for. Oh my god, I feel like I'm Aiden, Devon Bumpkin. I'm here for it. God, I've been watching too many of his videos. But anyway, yeah, I loved that extra detail, so 10 out of 10 on that one. It's all about adding those little extra details. You kind of, if they don't have them in there, you don't know what it is. You can't quite pinpoint what's wrong with the item if they don't have those kind of details, but it's kind of, they're a little bit lifeless if they don't have those extra kind of details. And yeah, I don't know, sometimes you don't really know what it is that's missing, but you know something is missing. So I'm very happy that that was added in. So that's my whole thing about a dimple in a sofa. Yep, that's my life. I'm way too enthusiastic about this stuff. But anyway, here we are. We have used plenty of the kitchen. Oh, by the way, link down below in the description for the Tumblr post that details all of the CC you're going to need for this, and also a download link to the tray files. This is also up on the gallery as is every single other build that I have completed in The Sims 4. It's up on the gallery. Go there. Don't forget Don't forget to click the include custom content in the advanced search options. Otherwise, you're not going to find it. Also, just a quick heads up, I get these comments quite a lot with people saying, I have installed all of the CC that you said I need, and half the build's missing, and it says it's replaced like hundreds of items. It means you have not installed all of the CC that I've told you to install. I create my list of CC by using Sims 4 Tray Importer. It lists every single item you're going to need so that I can write it in the Tumblr post. So I'm not guessing at what's included. I'm not going through and having a look and triggering my memory. It's all listed there. So if you download one of my builds and there is stuff missing, it is because you haven't followed the list properly. I'm sorry. But it's the truth. So yeah, just a heads up on that. If you have tried to download my builds and it hasn't worked and there's stuff missing, it's because you don't have all the CC. So just go back through the list again and go through it and make sure everything's there. So that is it. But this one, I am super happy with this. I decided, what day was it? Was it Thursday maybe? I was in a bit of a funk. I was meant to be doing this build that was meant to be out today in Windenburg, and let's just say my brain wasn't focusing. So I was like, let me go for a walk, we'll clear my head. Went for a walk, came back, and I was like, no, my head is still not for decorating and building. So I'm just going to play The Sims. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to play The Sims. I'm going to create myself like a new household. There is a little slight joke going around that it takes me 4 hours to do a cast video. This is from my Twitch streaming days. And I did a whole entire 4-hour stream and made one person in Cass. Look, okay, perfection takes a long time, but I didn't. It took me like an hour and a half to do this sim. Yeah, I take that long to create one sim, but they have to be perfect. And also, I do multiple outfits. Can I just say multiple outfits, different makeup, all that jazz. Anyway, before I'd even finished making the sim, I was like, oh, I feel tired. Oh, I feel tired. Maybe I've got a bit of a sore throat. Oh, I feel tired. I put myself in bed. I put Outlander on Amazon Prime. Love Outlander, by the way. Thank you guys for your Netflix suggestions on the Havisham House. Yeah. Thank you very much for your Netflix suggestions. Believe it or not, all of the suggestions, I'd actually watched most of them already. So if you have any Amazon Prime suggestions, feel free to leave them on this. I started watching Jack Ryan, but those series are actually quite short. I think the first one was 8 episodes, so I've watched series 1 of Jack Ryan, and it's actually really good. I love the actor, what's his name? John from The Office. I loved The Office, so I saw him and I was like, yeah. I'm watching it. So I'll probably finish season 2 today, believe it or not, because I'm going to go back to that Windenburg build and actually try and get it finished for you. So yeah, hopefully that build will be coming on Wednesday, if not Friday. Just a heads up. And the London townhouses will be back as well. I'm excited to get back to that. That means I'm actually going to have to put makeup on. Oh, God. This YouTube life is so difficult, putting makeup on and making yourself look presentable for like an hour's worth of recording. Ugh. But yeah, I still constantly get comments left on the last part of that, like, where's part 3? Question mark. Are you gonna upload this? Because I'd like them even if it's not finished. And I'm like, I promise they're gonna be finished. There's one promise I'm going to make, it's those London townhouses are going to be completed. But yeah, the Windenburg build that I failed to get finished for today. Oh, I haven't started furnishing it yet. I've literally not even finished the floor plan because I decided to stop doing it to get this apartment done, so that you had a video, because I knew there was no way I could get that build finished. But it's over 5 floors because, so you know, I didn't exactly make it easy on myself. So yeah, it's a Windenburg. It's the let's just spill the beans. It's the it's called Windenburg House. It's based on Soho House because we need a private members club in Windenburg, obviously. That's how we roll. But yeah, I've looked, someone actually a long time ago suggested that I did, is it Ned's Hotel? It's part of the Soho House group in London, and I looked at the outside. It's ginormous. It's friggin' ginormous. And I said I didn't hate myself that much to recreate that build, but I have taken the interior as my inspiration. It's going to be my inspiration for the Windenburg House. So Soho House comes into The Sims equals Windenburg House. That is what is happening. There's going to be, we have the basement. It's going to be like a vault. I love when they convert banks into bars. So there's going to be a vault down there, like safety deposit box and all that kind of stuff. And that'll be the private members bar. Then you'll have the reception, a spa, a swimming pool. You're going to have another bar for the general riffraff that any of your Sims can get in. But the other one down below in the vault's going to be 3-star celebrities only. And then you'll go up and there'll be 2 levels of boutique hotel rooms. But anyway, that is all to come in the next week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back very, very soon. Bye guys.